Team, it's day 2 of the Strength and Mobility Reset. And what I think will be really important for each of you is that we create a daily routine that serves you well in sustaining mobility in your body, freedom in your body, and elasticity in your body. We know as we age that we become stiffer, we become drier, okay? Our body becomes a bit like a plant that isn't being watered. Things just become a little bit more brittle. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that we keep pouring beautiful water on that plant, that we keep giving it lovely nutrients, and that we keep giving it an environment that it can maintain its suppleness, its flexibility, and its freedom to live into its later life. What I'm going to show you through today is I'm going to show you through a simple set of exercises that you can do every day to support maintaining this elasticity in your body, so that you're not only strong, but you're flexible. You're not only powerful, but you're free-flowing. Here's a simple guide. We're going to move back to the yoga mat and have a clear space, and we'll get going. Number 1, we're going to kneel down on our knees, and we're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders. And if you can pay close attention to what's happening at the spine here, what I'm doing is I'm going to drop the belly down, tip through the pelvis, and I'm going to lift my chin and chest. Now what I'm doing here is I'm looking up as high as I can to encourage extension at the neck and at the upper back through the thoracic. And I'm relaxing my belly and encouraging my hips to tip in a way that creates that big scoop in the lower back. Then I'm going to reverse the exercise and I'm going to bring my chin down. I'm going to push the floor away to create rounding at the shoulders. And I'm going to tip my hips under to encourage rounding at the lower back. The more space that I can create between my hands, my knees, and my chest, the better. Example of reversing the exercise. Okay, then I go chin up, chest up, belly drop, tip the hips, and you can see that I've moved into this cow shape. And then as I drop my head, I move into the angry cat. That's repetition number 2. I'd love you to follow along with me. We'll have an in-breath. As we move into cow, drop through the belly. And then we'll have an exhale. As we empty the belly, empty the lungs, and move into angry cat. And that's 3. Again, changing into our cow shape, chin up, chest up, hips tilt. And hello, Jeffrey, moving back into our cat. Our happy cat. With our rounded back, we'll do one more repetition. Inhale into the cow shape. You might find with every repetition there's a little bit more freedom. You definitely don't want tension or force to be the main thing here. You want to soften into the space, but pushing the floor away with your hands nice and firm is useful. Okay, that's 5. We'll come back to a neutral spine. Now you can see my toes here. I'm going to wriggle them. I'm actually going to dig them into the floor here behind Jeffrey without standing on him. And I'm going to push through those toes to lift my hips and lift through the knees and press through the hands. Now I'm going to be in down dog, pushing my heels down to the floor, pressing through the hands and shoulders to get my head through the space between my arms and try to move my nose towards my toes. From here, I'm going to scoop down. This might be too much for a start, so I'm going to just lean forwards into plank. Okay, I'm going to lower down through the hips slowly and extend up through the spine into up dog. Tip my toes under and have a little bit of active pressure with the ankles against the floor. From there, I'm going to reverse it, lifting up through the hips, flipping over the toes if I can, and pressing down
through the floor, pressing down through the heels, and again looking back, nose to toes. Okay, for those that have the strength in the push-up, you'll be able to lower your nose towards your hands and fingers, chin down, chest down, and scoop up into your up dog. For those that are on a knee push-up, you'll still need to do what I did on the first repetition. Exhale into down dog for rep number 2. Oh, Jeffrey, you're looking so comfortable there, mate. Having a nice moment of rest and unwind yourself. Okay, those that missed it on rep 1, you can come back to a hands and toe plank. You can come to a knee plank, and you can lower the hips to the floor and lengthen through the chest. Lengthen through the spine. Raise your gaze and press actively through the hands and through the elbows, straightening out through the arms and pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. We'll come back into that knee plank, flip the toes again, and pop back up into our down dog. I'll have one more repetition here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back to plank. Flip the toes over and exhale as you press away. And we might just have a second or two here. Just to really let that go. All right, wonderful. So once we've done these 2 exercises, I really like to open up my hips a little bit. I'm going to sit down, have my knees bent and my hands behind me, and then I'm just going to lift up my left ankle and see if I can get it, lift up my hips as well, see if I can get that ankle on my thigh of my opposite leg. From there, that might be enough through the hips that there's tightness, or I might be able to lower my bottom to the floor, and then maybe even move my nose towards my knee, or my nose towards my toes. But I'm just looking to wind up my left hip here, and spend a little bit of time just breathing and relaxing through those hip muscles. Now my right foot that's planted on the floor, that can be working. That whole right leg can be quite active, holding me up. But my left leg, I want that to be quite relaxed because I'm trying to create some flexibility and some freedom in there. Okay, my arms are going to be working reasonably hard if I'm holding my hips off the floor. Yeah, that's okay as well. I just want to direct the relaxation through the left hip that is getting stretched right now. And then any extra tension that is wasteful, like tension in the face, or tension in the mouth, or tension through the body that's unnecessary, like in the toes of the left foot, I want to just relax that as much as I can and let that go to encourage softening through the hip and all of the connective tissue. All right, so when we're ready, we'll lift up the hips completely and just swap legs. Go put my right ankle on my left thigh, and then I'm going to just ease into that. And this side definitely feels a little bit tighter. And that's quite often the case, that we'll naturally just choose the side that's most free. And sometimes we need to spend a little bit more time on that tighter side just to let it go. So again, I'll just do a little bit of a body scan. I'll just feel into the muscles that I need to relax on my right hand side, my right hip, and then just seeing that my toes are relaxed and that there's no unnecessary tension going on through that side of the body. But my left leg is going to be still pushing into the floor through my left foot. My left and right hands and arms are pressing into the floor. They're quite active, but this right hand hip is relaxed. My face is relaxed, my mouth and jaw is relaxed,
And I'm not pushing myself into this stretch so far that I feel like I'm going to break anything, but it definitely does feel tight. And that tightness is what I'm trying to just relax into and see if I can encourage myself to let go of that tension, or to see if anything changes throughout the next 30 seconds or so. Because if it does, I can move in just a little bit further without requiring much effort. My body will just let me go there. If I have to force it there, and if I'm tensing, then nothing has really changed. Okay, there hasn't been a rest and a surrender. All that I've done is I've forced myself where I didn't want to go, which is actually more like strength training than anything else. All right, and then I'll ease my way out of that, shake the arms out a little bit. Especially if you've had your hips off the floor, your arms will be feeling like you've used them quite a bit. And then the last thing that we're going to do for this daily routine or daily flow is we're going to have the hands back behind us again, the fingers spread and the knees bent. It's going to look very, very similar, except this time now we're opening up through the shoulders and chest and lifting the hips up as high as we can, taking the head back, either gazing at the sky or closing down the eyes. Now what you want to do is you want to be pressing through the floor, pushing through the feet and the hands, aiming to straighten through the elbows and pull your shoulder blades back together so that you're opening up through the chest. And this is going to be some activity through the glutes and hamstrings and lower back. And it's going to be some release work through the forearms, the biceps and the shoulders. Also the chest, if it's tight, we'll be getting a release here. And we'll just have a few breaths. Sometimes this mobility work feels like strength training. The areas that you're looking to release, you just need to relax, breathe, and be patient. And relaxing is really just not contracting. It's not squeezing against the challenge. It's moving into the most stretched position possible and then not fighting it, but actually embracing it and accepting that. Those are the exercises. I hope you're feeling looser and freer after our start to the day today. And I look forward to sharing in our community page, Facebook group, about your success at doing this task each day, how good you're feeling, and how much it's helping with your strength and mobility reset. Chat soon.